In the heart of New York City, where the skyscrapers pierced the gray sky like defiant spears and the streets buzzed with the relentless rhythm of hurried footsteps, Alex Thompson navigated his way through the throng of umbrellas and overcoats on a particularly dreary Tuesday afternoon in early autumn. He was a 28-year-old graphic designer, fresh out of a dead-end job at a small ad agency that had folded under the weight of economic downturns, leaving him with a portfolio of dreams and a bank account teetering on the edge of despair. Clad in a worn leather jacket that had seen better days and carrying a backpack stuffed with resumes, Alex's mind was a whirlwind of anxiety, bills piling up, his mother's worried calls echoing in his ears, and the gnawing fear that his artistic talents might never amount to anything more than doodles on napkins. The rain had started as a light drizzle but quickly escalated into a downpour, turning the sidewalks into slippery rivers and forcing pedestrians to huddle under awnings or dash for cover. It was amid this chaos that Alex first noticed her, a young woman, perhaps in her mid-20s, standing frozen under the meager shelter of a bus stop overhang, her elegant black dress torn at the hem, the fabric flapping helplessly in the wind like a flag of surrender. She was fumbling with the small sewing kit she'd pulled from her purse, her hands trembling from the cold and frustration, her dark hair plastered to her face, mascara slightly smudged, giving her an air of vulnerability that tugged at something deep within him. Without a second thought, Alex veered off his path, his own umbrella tilting to shield her as he approached with a gentle smile. "Hey, looks like you've got a wardrobe malfunction there. Mind if I help? I'm no tailor, but I've fixed a few rips in my time. I grew up with a mom who taught me the basics." She looked up, her green eyes wide with surprise and a hint of wariness, but there was a spark of gratitude that softened her features. Her name was Elena Ramirez, though he wouldn't learn that until later. She was on her way to an important interview at Apex Innovations, a cutting-edge tech firm known for its innovative designs and cutthroat corporate ladder. But fate had conspired against her when a careless cyclist clipped her dress on the crosswalk. As Alex knelt down, ignoring the puddles soaking his knees, he carefully threaded the needle she'd provided and began stitching the tear with steady hands, his focus intense yet kind, chatting lightly to ease her tension. "You know, my grandma always said a good seam can hold together more than just fabric. It can mend a bad day too." Elena chuckled softly, her initial guard lowering as she shared a bit about her nerves for the interview, how she'd moved to the city from a small town in Texas chasing dreams of leading creative teams, but the urban jungle had been unforgiving so far. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, like two old friends reconnecting amid the storm. Alex shared stories of his own job hunts, the rejections that felt like personal failures, and how he'd once designed a logo for a local cafe that became their bestseller, igniting a flicker of hope in his chest. By the time he finished the repair and neat stitches that blended seamlessly into the dress, the rain had eased, and Elena stood taller, her confidence restored. She thanked him profusely, slipping a business card into his hand with a warm smile. "You're a lifesaver, stranger. If you ever need a favor, look me up." Alex waved it off humbly, watching her hurry away toward the towering Apex building, a strange warmth blooming in his heart despite the chill in the air. Little did he know, that card would become a lifeline. Days turned into weeks, and Alex's job search intensified. He applied to dozens of positions, including one at Apex for a junior designer role, tailoring his resume to highlight his passion for visual storytelling. Meanwhile, Elena aced her interview, her poise and ideas impressing the board, landing her the position of creative director, a role that came with the power to shape the department's future. Back in his tiny apartment, Alex wrestled with self-doubt, sketching late into the night, inspired oddly by that rainy encounter, drawing scenes of urban kindness that captured the essence of human connection. One evening, as he scrolled through job listings, his phone buzzed with an unexpected email, an interview invitation from Apex. His heart raced. Could this be the break he needed? The day of the interview arrived, nerves knotting his stomach as he dressed in his best shirt, the one his sister had ironed for luck. Walking into the sleek lobby of Apex, with its glass walls and buzzing energy, Alex felt out of place yet determined. He was ushered into a conference room where a panel awaited, but when the door opened and Elena entered as the lead interviewer, Time seemed to freeze. Her eyes met his, recognition dawning like a sunrise, her professional demeanor cracking into a genuine smile. "You. The dress hero," she whispered, composing herself quickly. The interview proceeded, but there was an undercurrent of shared secret, Elena's questions probing not just his skills but his character, drawing out stories of perseverance that mirrored her own journey. As the session ended, she leaned in slightly. "Fate has a funny way of circling back, doesn't it?" Alex left the building on cloud nine, the emotional weight of the moment lingering. Had his small act of kindness paved the way for this opportunity? Weeks later, the offer came. Hired as a designer under Elena's team. The news brought tears to his eyes. He called his mother, her voice breaking with pride, and for the first time in months, hope felt tangible. But as he started at Apex, the dynamics shifted subtly. Elena was his boss now, her leadership inspiring yet demanding, pushing him to excel while memories of that rainy day added layers of unspoken emotion. Colleagues noticed their easy rapport, whispers of favoritism bubbling, but Alex worked harder to prove himself, channeling his gratitude into brilliant designs that elevated projects. Yet, beneath it all, an emotional undercurrent grew while late nights collaborating sparked deeper conversations, revealing shared vulnerabilities. Elena's struggles with imposter syndrome in her new role, Alex's fears of never measuring up. One evening, over coffee in the office kitchen, Elena confessed how his help that day had not just fixed her dress but restored her faith in people during a low point. "You didn't know it, but I was on the verge of giving up on the city. Your kindness reminded me why I came here." Alex's heart swelled, emotions raw as he admitted how Ricard had been a beacon in his darkness. Their bond deepened, blurring lines between professional and personal, filled with unspoken affection and mutual respect. As months passed, Apex thrived under Elena's vision, with Alex's contributions shining, but challenges arose. A major client pitch where tensions ran high, testing their relationship. Through it all, the emotional tapestry wove tighter, moments of laughter amid deadlines, quiet support during setbacks, building towards something profound. Yet, fate wasn't done weaving its threads. A company retreat brought revelations, where team-building exercises forced vulnerabilities to surface, and Alex found himself opening up about his past losses, his father's early death, the drive it instilled in him. Elena shared her own scars, a broken engagement that had shattered her trust, and in that shared pain, a spark ignited, emotional and electric. By chapter's end, as they stood on a balcony overlooking the city lights, the rain starting anew, Alex realized this was more than a job. It was destiny unfolding, hearts mending like that torn dress, setting the stage for what came next. As the seasons shifted from autumn's crisp bite to winter's frosty embrace, Alex and Elena's worlds at Apex Innovations intertwined more deeply, the office becoming a canvas for their evolving story, painted with strokes of ambition, vulnerability, and an undercurrent of unspoken romance that simmered like a pot on low heat. Alex threw himself into his role with fervor, his designs for the upcoming product launch, a sleek app interface blending artistry with functionality, earning praise from the team. But it was Elena's guidance that fueled his fire, her feedback sharp yet encouraging, always laced with that knowing smile from their fateful meeting. She had risen quickly in the ranks, her innovative ideas transforming the creative department into a powerhouse, but the pressure weighed on her. Late nights reviewing portfolios, navigating boardroom politics, and battling the isolation of leadership left her emotionally drained, echoes of her small-town roots clashing with the city's relentless pace. Alex noticed the subtle signs, the dark circles under her eyes, the way her laughter didn't quite reach them during meetings, and he found ways to lighten her load, slipping anonymous notes of encouragement into her desk drawer, reminiscent of how he'd mended her dress without fanfare. One particularly grueling week, as deadlines loomed for a high-stakes presentation to investors, Elena confided in him during a quiet moment in the break room, her voice trembling with rare fragility. "Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this." That day in the rain, I was so close to turning back home. Alex's heart ached for her. He reached out, his hand brushing hers in a gesture of solidarity, sharing his own battles with self-doubt, how the job offer had been a lifeline pulling him from despair. Their conversations evolved into after-work walks through Central Park, leaves crunching underfoot as they delved into dreams deferred. Elena's passion for mentoring young talents from underrepresented backgrounds, Alex's desire to create art that inspired change. Emotions ran high during these strolls. One evening, under a canopy of golden foliage, Elena paused, her eyes glistening. "You saved more than my dress, that dye, you saved my spirit." The admission hung in the air, charged with possibility, and Alex felt a pull toward her that transcended boss and employee, a magnetic force born of kindness and shared struggles. Yet, complications arose. Office rumors swirled about their closeness, jealous colleagues whispering of nepotism, forcing Elena to maintain distance during work hours, her professional mask firmly in place. This push-pull tugged at Alex's emotions, leaving him conflicted, grateful for the opportunity yet yearning for more. His sketches now infused with themes of hidden connections and fateful encounters. A turning point came during the investor pitch. Technical glitches threatened disaster, but Alex's quick thinking and a last-minute redesign salvaged the day, earning Elena's public acclaim and a private moment of relief where she hugged him impulsively, whispering, "I couldn't have done this without you." The success catapulted Apex forward, but it also amplified the emotional stakes. Elena was promoted to vice president, her authority expanding, while Alex received a raise and more responsibilities, their dynamic shifting yet again. Winter brought holidays, a time of reflection. Alex visited his family, sharing tales of his amazing boss who had changed his life, his mother sensing the deeper affection in his voice. Back in the city, a company party under twinkling lights provided the backdrop for vulnerability. Elena, slightly tipsy on champagne, pulled him aside to a quiet corner. "Do you ever think about that rainy day? How one small act led us here?" Alex nodded, his pulse racing as he confessed, "Every day." It wasn't just kindness, it felt like destiny. Their eyes locked, emotions overflowing in a kiss that had been building for months, soft and tentative yet filled with the weight of their journey. But reality intruded the next morning. Elena pulled back, citing the risks to their careers, her voice laced with regret. "I can't jeopardize everything we've built." Heartbroken yet understanding, Alex respected her decision, channeling his pain into his work, creating a campaign that went viral, drawing on themes of unexpected heroes and mended paths. Months blurred into spring, blossoms mirroring renewal. Elena mentored Alex from afar, their interactions professional but charged, until a crisis hit. Apex faced a scandal from a rival firm's sabotage, threatening layoffs. In the chaos, Elena fought for her team, her leadership shining, but exhaustion took its toll. Alex stepped up, organizing support, and in a pivotal board meeting, he defended her vision with passion, revealing how her belief in him had transformed his life. The board listened, the crisis averted, and in the aftermath, Elena sought him out, tears streaming. "You've been my anchor since that torn dress. I don't want to hide anymore." Emotions peaked as they embraced, committing to navigate the future together, blending love with legacy. Their relationship blossomed openly, policies adjusted for transparency, inspiring the team with their story of fate and fortitude. Years later, as Alex proposed under a rainy sky, echoing their beginning, Elena said yes, their wedding vows weaving tales of kindness repaid tenfold. Apex thrived under their joint leadership, a testament to how one act could ripple into eternity, emotions forever entwined in gratitude and love.